Hello everyone, Tactical Lich here. Yeah, the embargo has finally dropped and we can now start talk about early access content. And today we are on, of course, patch 4.0 with the new build where we have all the updates, we have the new units, all the buffs and nerfs for the patch. Unfortunately, as of right now, I am still not aware of the existence of any patch notes, so we don't really have a comprehensive list of every change in this DLC. So I'm just gonna talk about what I managed to notice and what I am told by other early access players like Human Boy Yes Yes. I was playing against him for a bit, and he mentioned a lot of changes that he and Wild Platy noticed when they were playing together. So I'll pick up some of those over there and some of other changes that I managed to notice myself. So we will basically run through every single faction here. I'm not sure about. I don't think I'm gonna run through. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run through Demons of Chaos. We'll go through it and see. But yeah, basically, overall, I didn't notice a lot of changes overall. Most of the factions, a lot of the units are kind of the same, other than a few key nerfs. So I do expect the meta, other than the shuffle caused by the new units, will largely remain the same. Other than the key nerfs, of course, to the stronger factions. So we'll start with, we'll just go through the alphabetical order, go through all those factions, starting with the Beastmen. Now, the Beastmen here, they didn't actually receive any buffs or nerfs in terms of regular units. They did manage to receive some DLC units in the form of the Incarnate Elemental of Beast and also the Zangors. Zangors is huge, actually. They are a very, very solid mid-tier infantry. Medium to high armor at 80, like not the highest, but like high enough to tank some damage from low armored chaff. They themselves have very solid stats: 35 attack, 30 defense. Compared to Bestigors, they literally have the same attack and defense, and Bestigor is like 350 more expensive. So yeah, they are like the mid-tier infantry that Beastmen never had. They only had Goreherds and Ungoreherds, which are kind of fragile and weak. But Zangors now can be a pretty solid front line for the Beastmen, and they can probably rush. Because like this is not the final stats of the Zangors, because they also have the Primal Fury ability, giving them extra charge bonus and extra melee attack. So 40 melee attack when they have high leadership. Also, they got like Arcane Charge for buffs, Mark of Teen to give them Teen shields. It's pretty rough for their opponent. Like, Beastmen got a lot of benefits. The Incarnate Elemental of Beast, I didn't manage to use them, but I don't think it's gonna be that good, considering that, considering that Beastmen already have the Jabber's Life, which is also a Mortis Engine unit with much better attack animation, much more disruptive and all that. And yeah. But yeah, like, I don't think the Incarnate of Elemental of Beast is gonna... It's gonna be a big game changer for Beastmen. Jabber's Life did the same job and did it better. So yeah, I wouldn't use it that much. Like, yeah, there's anti-lodge and armor piercing, but then there's also anti-lodge and armor piercing on Gorgons, and they can heal themselves. So double Gorgon plus a Jabber's Life is still gonna be like the oppressive combo. But other than that, I really don't notice a lot of changes. So overall, Beastmen is largely the same except the DLC unit. Yeah, let me just, before we move on to the next faction, let's just check out the chat and say hi to everyone. Hey, Lamsos King, see you. Good to see you here. Can you compare this reload rate between ambushers and Straussies? After going through all the buffs and nerfs, we can probably check out the units themselves, but I won't spend too much time like showcasing the units on their own, because I've got other stuff to do. But I do believe that Wild Platy will be showcasing the DLC unit, so if you want to see more of the units in action, you can hit up his streams as well. Rat 1000p Oh, no. Ah, well. That I can't really say defend them on that. So, yeah. I will. It's sad to see you go, but it is what it is. In the meantime, we do have a lot of good games coming out recently. We have Baldur's Gate recently just came out, and then Armored Core 6 coming out this week. I'm excited for that game, so I might just go and check out that game, and maybe if my laptop can handle it, I might stream that. We'll see. But yeah, it's I look forward to that game, and also Starfield coming in soon. So like, it's gonna be a pretty damn packed schedule. But yeah, Arcane Charge, Primal Fury, they're brutal. Yeah, indeed they are. Oh, hello, Sigos. Costs look the same. Pretty much, yeah. Everything just looks pretty much the same. I try to compare the unit stats but with Total War stats, but I don't really see that much difference. As for Bretonnians, they finally received that long-awaited purge of their Grail Cavalry. Companions of Canal, I don't remember whether they have been this cost at 1,450. This is definitely not as expensive as their peak performance, which is 1,650. But now they're probably cheaper and more viable. But Grail Knights, they got a cost bump from 1,700 to 1,800, which makes sense because like their armor piercing plus anti-lock does a lot of damage on impact charge. Grail Guardians receive no change on cost whatsoever, but they indeed have smaller mass these days, I think. They have like regular cavalry mass, so we no longer have Grail chariots, which is good. So they're downgraded back to Grail cavalry from Grail chariots, and we will stop seeing them run over everything in front of them. Chaos Dwarves, not a lot of changes except a few key units. Death Shrieker rocket launcher got a cost increase, I believe, and Skull Crackers and Iron Demons as well, I think, if I remember correctly. I haven't used them. Oh, Infantry Squires and Pilgrims got 50 more cost. Okay, thanks for filling me in on that, because I'm not sure whether I noticed everything. Oh, right, yeah, Battle Pilgrims and Foot Squires got the cost increase. Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, I don't think I noticed every single change. So if you know something that I don't, feel free to leave a comment down in the chat, and I'll check it out and pick it up as well, and mention it in the stream. Now for the units, Death Shrieker rocket launcher, I think they got a price increase. Saying, oh, nice. Thanks, Tequila Sunset. It would be great to just have a good comparison right now with the live patch. Oh, Grail Reliquary got a cost increase. Huh, interesting. Considering the effect they have on the game, yeah, I don't think that's a bad change. But yeah, now for the War Machines, Iron Demon Skullcrackers got a price increase. I can't tell if their combat effectiveness is nerfed or not, because I didn't really use them in the last patch. I hate using broken units, so they might still be the same broken machine, but they might be fixed. I'm not sure. But something that's noticeable is that Infernal Castellan. Okay, first their portrait is bugged. You can see that there's no background over here. There's background over here. See, you can't even get a portrait, right? God damn it. Anyways, that's not the main focus here. I don't think this ability, this item Life Bane Blade, was on their loadout before. I don't think yeah. I don't think they were there before, but now Infernal Castellan seems to be able to heal themselves. Somebody can, if you know whether they had it before. Okay, never mind. Okay, cool. They had it before. Cool. I thought maybe they were not there, but okay, never mind. Or maybe I feel like they've just not been used that much. If they have self-heal, generally I would expect them to appear in battle more, but it is not the case. But whatever. Okay. Okay. But yeah, overall Chaos Dwarves didn't really have that many changes as well. The stats wise, I think everything is the same, pretty much. Even if there's minor stat changes, I don't see them changing the meta for Chaos Dwarfs too much. So we can pretty much conclude that. Demons of Chaos, I don't remember seeing a lot of, like they receive Streaking Sky Rays and that's it. That's it. Kind of sad times, if anything. Oh, and the Sour Guns. I never tried using them, but they do have... Wait, oh, this is the regular Pink Horrors, and okay, cool. Sour Discharge, Explosion, entities explode on death, which doesn't make sense. Because generally, Pink Horrors is a ranged unit, and they're probably gonna get killed on range, so you explode among your peers with no one around you. I guess it works better if there's, if somebody's trying to attack them in melee, but... you generally don't kill them in melee, you just shoot them. So yeah, they're gonna get screwed pretty hard. The Shrieking Sky Rays, I heard they're pretty good, but I have yet to see them done well in battle just yet, because the few games I played, we either did not have them, or they were chasing Skirmishing Cav and got shot to pieces. But yeah, the Lamprey's Bite, Explosion ability, can do some damage, but I don't see how good it is. Even have like, wait, it has movement speed. I don't even know what it does, but yeah. Okay, so yeah. Oh, the self-heal is in melee, so that's why probably people don't take it, because 2 small HP of healing, and yeah, that makes sense. Phoenix Guards. Our Phoenix Guards, which is useless. Yeah, basically, at least Phoenix Guards go into melee and fight their opponents face to face, and those explosions actually hurt their opponents. Not like, I mean, Sour Guts tries to stay away from battle, and they would just die away from battle. For the Dark Elves, I don't see any changes on them, honestly. I try to check and compare stats and whatnot, but there's too many units, and I can't really check everything. But overall, I don't notice anything change for the patch. So yeah, not much for Dark Elves, I don't think. For Dwarves, there is actually some changes. Flame Cannons got a range increase, if I remember correctly, up to 280. But like, I'm not sure about the range change, but the cost definitely changed. They got a cost reduction, now down to 1,100 gold. So I guess it is meta of fire for sure. They were 230 before. Okay, good. They did make some changes to the dwarf artillery, making them a little bit more competent. I mean, like the rest of the artillery is just kind of the same, I do believe. Yep. Did they up the range of organ guns, or did they nerf it? I don't remember. So yeah, they did buff the flame cannons, but I don't remember the organ guns range. I did use them quite a bit before, but I don't quite remember how far they shoot. But the rest of the dwarf army is pretty much the same. I would like to see Ungrim Iron Fist get the executioner ability though. That would be an interesting change, and actually make Ungrim maybe viable and a monster killer that he has always supposed to be. But yeah. Right now, Ungrim is still kind of sad, so yeah. Hopefully we'll see some favorable changes for the Slayer King. But other than that, I don't see... Oh, Slayer passives work now. Wait, the death... Wait, the Slayer passives work now? As in, you mean the Slayer's death blow works? Or... Okay. Give me a second. Ungrim has a Journey's End, but... Okay, never mind. The Slayer passive works now, so I assume it's just the Slayer's, like, death blow was dysfunctional before, I guess. For the Empire, I don't see anything significant changing among them. Yeah, I don't think I see anything significant changing among them. Like, everything is pretty much the same for these poster boys. Even if he was viable, you would still see Thoric 95% of the time. Exactly, Thoric is too strong, but I don't think it's a Thoric too strong problem, but more like just overall the Dwarf Lord too weak. Thoric needs nerf to his melee DPS. Yep, definitely. Probably less armor piercing for sure. Yeah, but overall for the Empire, I don't see anything change for them. Not even like the Great Swords or anything. Just they have always been that, and they have been staying as that. Now, Grand Cathay, they received a lot of buffs, as in like a lot of new tools, and as a result, I think it's kind of disappointing overall for their buffs and nerfs, because there's only like good stuff adding to them right now. Sorry for the siren, but I don't see any nerfs to their harmony or formation attacks, making them as strong as before. And the harmony is untouched right now, and with all the new stuff added to Cathay, this makes them, propels them all the way to SS tier. Like they all even got like a few very strong new toys to play with. I mean, Yuan Bo, for example, is one. Executioner plus Net of Ammentalk can be very, very disgusting. Giving him the ability to catch any units and just slice them in the face and execute them right on top. But overall, I do think that Executioner as an ability might sound very strong when you look at it at first glance, but when you think about it, it's not that game changing, because like it's basically making any single entities having 20% less HP. It doesn't fundamentally change the thing other than making them less tanky. Like you basically treat them as, oh, you only have 25% HP. That I guess you're on your last 5% HP now, and you should stay away from combat, something like that, to that effect. So I don't see Executioner as like a game-changing ability. Like if this ability gets nerfed down to like around 10%, I think it would be fine. It's just right now, Net of Ammentalk plus this is a bit too much, and then there's also the long-reaching Empress Executioner. That might be a problem, but overall, like Yuan Bo, he is very strong right now. Perhaps game-breaking, being the only Executioner in the game, but overall, I think it, like, if there are more Executioners in the game, it would be fun to see the meta change, and it's not that bad of a deal. Now, Yuan Bo getting that damage resistance plus heal boost. This might be a bit disgusting, honestly. But considering he didn't have any, he's a pretty weak lord before, maybe this will make him more viable. But overall, Cathay very strong, received a lot of new tools. I have yet to try the Jet Lion, but I do want to use it at some point. Maybe we'll see them tomorrow when I'm dueling, playing that best of 7 against Human Boy. Yes, we don't know. But yeah, overall very strong. Now let's catch up with the chat. Vanilla roster looks unchanged. New generic melee lord show any utility? I'm afraid he has been pretty much neglected with all the Yuan Bo Executioner bullshit. But I do think that he is not that strong of a lord. Like, Celestial Sweep is a very strong ability. We can probably check it out later. Let me just mark it down somewhere. And then we can maybe check it out later. Celestial General, Strel C versus Akshina. Reload. Okay, got it. We can check Celestial General later, but the Celestial Sweep is a pretty solid armor-piercing hit, and he does fine in melee. He can survive in a bunch of Chosen pretty well, but it's Chosen, so it's it's a regular Chosen, so he has good enough armor and all that. But melee defense, this is a temporary buff, so it isn't that game changing. It's not like Cathay lacks melee defense anyway, so it doesn't change that much. And overall, he is an interesting option for a lord, but not that much of a deal. Like, you probably still go back to the Shugengan lords and just leave the Celestial General alone, unless you really want to try do a bit of a melee rush. But then again, you probably just better off go for some of the dragon siblings, especially like Yuan Bo. Like, anyone who can, like, all these dragon siblings have like pretty solid melee buffs, except this Master of Alchemy is kind of weak, but other than that, yeah, you're probably better off going for the dragon siblings than a Celestial General. Now, for the greenskins, you've probably already seen Human Boy's video. The pump wagons now have Snotling hand grenades. Now, what I was suspecting is that other than just trying to renovate the unit and give them a new idea. They also were CA was probably trying to separate the damage profile of the snotlings on top of the pump wagons and the pump wagons themselves, because before the snotling pump wagons were bugged, like they were bugged in the sense that those pump wagon models and the snotling models on top of the wagons all share the same weapon strength profile, and the snotling pump wagons and the snotlings, they are like 3 attacks, and all of them have the same armor piercing anti-infantry weapon strength, and that amplifies that damage a lot, like a whole lot. So that makes them really unbalanced. But now they separated the damage profile. One is a missile profile and the other is a melee profile, so they'll probably do separate damage. And of course there's also the trying to experiment with pump wagons and try to give them a different role in battle, because beforehand they were just the anti-infantry armor piercing tool that kind of rolls through enemy infantry lines, but that was overlapping with Squig Herds. So Squig Herds kind of made the snotling pump wagons obsolete, but now they have another kind of like, they have a little bit different of a use of a purpose, giving them a little bit of that anti-infantry skirmishing power. So that might be interesting to see how they do in the meta in this with their new tools. As for the rest of the Greenskin army, I don't think I see any other interesting changes. Everything's pretty much the same. I'm not sure if the APIC loonies got a cost reduction, but other than that, it's pretty much the same, really. No cost changes? Good. Black Orcs cause 1.2k before. I think Black Orcs has always been like around this. At least for total war stats. Yeah, on total stats, it's the same cost. And yeah, how much Winds of Magic is Malkoff's? Quick second there. I think it's the same. According to Human Boy, yes, they buffed Pendulum, but I don't think anything else has any change. Malkoff's is 6 magic cost. Okay, they did up the cost of magic now. I think before Enfeebling Foe was like 5, Malkoff's was 4. Now it's all 6 now. Same as Withering, I think. You might have to check your live build. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. It was 5 before. Okay, yeah. They did up the cost. Malkoff's is still good though. I will still use it. Even with the cost buff. It's just like direct damage spell is just good in the meta overall. For High Elves, I don't see anything change. It's just that Storming now costs 1,050. I don't know why, but it's like more expensive than fucking dragons now. Let's see. Is it actually more expensive than dragons? Yes, it is indeed more expensive than the Sun Dragon now. Griffin regular ones cost 700. Let's see how much Beaky cost, which is also a Hippogriff. And Luon. Beaky's cost 1,000. Okay, that's not okay. Okay, that's not entirely stupid, I guess, as a change. Okay, but Deathclaw costs 800. That makes no sense, though. But yeah, Beaky costs 1,000. It kind of makes sense. Stormwing, the Eltharian's High Elf pet might cost more. But either ways, I don't think that is a warranted change. I mean, Eltharian himself got cheaper, from what I heard, but I don't ever use him anyway, so can't really say much. But yeah, it's not that amazing. But yeah, the most important change is no, I don't think there's any other important change. The High Elves literally received nothing in this patch. Yeah, I thought they have a cost decrease to the Illyrian Reaver Archers, but no, it's just that it's the Wood Elves one that got buffed. Now for the Khorne army, I don't see any changes at all either over here. Like, I know Chaos Knights perform better in combat. Well, Human Boy Yes told me, and we actually made some experiments with the Chaos Knights and Bretonnian Cavalry. So turns out Chaos Knights of Khorne both of them can soundly beat anything that is questing knight or worse on the Bretonnian roster, and anything above they just get beaten up. So yeah, they basically performs around, like, they perform competently. Their performance match their cost, so they're fine now. We can probably see more heavy metal Khorne rolling through the battlefield. For Kislev, the changes are kind of disgusting. Armored Kossars got a cost increase, making Kislev armored frontline no longer viable. Which is you see, this is the ridiculous part where they nerfed the base game content and gave Kislev the DLC content a very strong presence. Things in the Woods is pretty solid, from what I know. They're a bit fragile and glass cannony, so the battles I played with them just kind of got munched by my opponents. Yeah, I used them once against Tinge, and their physical resistance didn't do shit against Tinge, of course. And I forgot to bring the Mordheim Beowulfs against healing as well. So, but yeah, overall the strong units. If you have seen Dav Play's video today, you can see that Akshinas and Bushus have insane damage output. Perhaps even making the Streltsies irrelevant, even. Like, their missile strength is higher than a freaking Streltsies per shot. 18 armor piercing per shot? How much is a Streltsy? 17 per shot. Dude, crossbow hits harder than a bullet! What the hell is that? So yeah, the power creep is real. They are giving, like, CA is giving Kislev a lot of strong tools, but only in DLC. So if you want to play Kislev well, you have to go for that DLC. This is not a review. I'm not rating the DLC. I'm just stating a fact. If you want to play Kislev well in the meta, you have to have the DLC unit. So it's a very unfortunate, like, change. Cries in Dark Shards, 12-second reload versus 13-second reload. Yeah. Can you compare the Akshina and Streltsy reload rates? I can compare them, but I'll go through that after. Yeah, I'll go through that after the. Yeah, I'll go through that after the talking through all the buffs and nerfs. But yeah, Ice Guards are cheaper. Huh. Oh, okay. Were they like 100 more expensive before? So basically, Ashina has pre 2.0 reload nerf fire rate. Thanks for showing it. Oh, okay. Okay. It's the reloads why. I think it's the reloads why the ambushers have more mistake strength. Well, no, it's not. They literally have more missile strength. If you look at the missile strength over here, they have 10 base missile damage per shot, 18 armor piercing missile damage per shot. And now, if we move over to the Streltsies, we have 5 base missile damage per shot and 17 armor piercing missile damage per shot. They have more AP missile damage and base missile damage and faster reload time than the freaking Streltsies. And the Streltsies is suppose a gunpowder unit versus crossbows. I mean, you can see the reload time here, 13 seconds versus 12 seconds. So the Akshina's ambushers are faster than Streltsies, but only by a small amount, very tiny amount. But yeah, Ice Guards got a price nerf, according to Koala Duck, and yeah, Kislev right now again. Oh yeah, they also have the Incarnate Elemental of Beast. I don't think is a good unit for the Kislevites in the meta. Kislev fights right now relies more on skirmishing forces. Like, their skirmishing and missile game is very strong. Their infantry game is shit, all thanks to the expensive Kossars. So the big hefty monster that is not that fast. I mean, 60 speed is fine, but not that amazing. But still, would not have too much of a role in play for the Kislevite army. I don't think we'll see that much bear blob either. given the missile heavy meta. So I don't see anything change. Lizardman, I don't see anything change on their end either. Like, cost change wise is pretty much the same. I don't think I spot any melee stats changes either. Like, there's very minimal changes to the stats these days. Ice Guard both minus 50 cost and still suck. Maybe they can still be fine. Who knows? I mean, there are people who have been using them fine before. Oh, the Owl Phoenix got a cost increase. Nice. But yeah, there's no... Yeah, I don't think there's any cost decrease or cost changes for the Lizardmen. So Strelsius likely won't be used by anyone who buys the DLC at this point. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. The armor on them really doesn't do much. Like... Okay, let's check Kislev again. They have what, 70 armor? And that's not that much, honestly. That's like what it evens out at around 60%. No, 50% damage, base weapon damage, or base damage reduced. So it's not that much, honestly. But yeah, I don't think there are any changes for the Lizardman forces. To be fair, the Lizardman units have been pretty on point ever since the buff to Croxagores. Unfortunately, though, Nakai still can't use the freaking Croxagores. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't checked the Nakai's campaign, so I don't actually know. But in the live patch, unfortunately, he wasn't able to use the Croxagores. But I don't know if they have patched the Croxagore campaign yet, but overall, the Lizardman roster is pretty much the same. If you have any units that you want me to show, feel free to just leave it in the chat and I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm just searching through stuff. Sora still feels super mad, but that's I mean, they're still I think they are fine as an infantry. It's just that Lizardman doesn't really need a good infantry right now. For the Norskins, as usual, they got nothing in the patch. Yeah, they got nothing in the patch. Did the Marauder Throwing Axes got a price nerf? No, I don't think so. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. And the units, all the other units are still functioning the same. I don't think there's any changes to the roster in general. And yeah, we can move on from Norska. Nurgle, pretty much still the same, other than Chaos Knights of Nurgle getting buffed, I guess. Feeling actually like normal cavalry. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much the same thing for Nurgle. Blobby, Healy, I don't see anything change. Maybe there's like an item difference. No, I don't think so. It's pretty much the same, I think. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Filth Mage's Crown of Everlasting Conquest is still there, so Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle is still super duper strong. Can't really say anything about it. Ogre Kingdoms, one of the big nerfs of this patch. Thankfully, Nobbler Trappers are no longer anti-infantry and their price is upped back to 450. From what I heard from Human Boy is that Ogre Bulls now does worse in combat. Same goes for Iron Guts. I don't see any stats difference or cost difference on paper, but perhaps, just perhaps, maybe they nerfed the hidden charge stats. Like, for example, the charge acceleration or their mass got nerfed. That I can't really check. I think the mass is still the same, but for sure they probably nerfed some of those hidden mechanic in the in the back, so making their charge and combat less impactful. Like there's a lot of stuff they can change that doesn't reflect on the unit card. For example, attack intervals, splash damage, and of course the charge stats like charge acceleration and all that. So we can't really check it on here. We might be able to see it on patch notes, but we don't have a patch note right now, so we just have to wait for CA marketing to get out here with the patch notes. So yep, quite unfortunate there, but other than that, yeah, Ogres feels pretty much the same otherwise. And we can move on to the... Wait, did they reduce the cost of Iron Blasters? I think they used to cost 1,750. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, anyways. But overall, Ogre Kingdoms is probably going to be weaker now. Teams are good now. Yep, Teams is definitely good now. Akshinas are fine. Akshinas are fine. They are like... Akshinas are fine. They are like Shades. I think they're cheaper than Shades at 850. TJ is good in 4.0, but now it's an S tier for sure, for sure. Gorgers are cheaper. They now cost. Oh right, yeah, I forgot. They now cost 1,000 gold. So no longer 1,100 gold. It's not like it makes a big difference on these guys. They're still kind of shit. 2 glass cannony, I would say, but maybe they are good. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're good. I probably still won't do them. I still won't use a Gorger. Like they are two glass cannon for what Ogre is, and they just get stuck in combat and stuff. I wonder if they fixed the power grab thing in Domination. I don't know, and I'm not interested to check it out. I mean, like Domination, feel free to play at that and all. It's just that I literally have no interest in playing that. Like it's not a game mode that I would enjoy playing. Simply due to the sit on a spot and wait it out kind of playstyle. But yeah, Gorger Sky Striders are more expensive. Yes, they are. I think they used to cost 2,100. I think. Yep. You're right. I think that's about right. But yeah. Gorgers are... Oh, yeah. Sky Striders got 200 more. Yep, that's right. Skaven's Human Boy definitely covered that. Storm Vermin got cheaper these days. Globadiers are still shit. They got a price increase. Huh. Okay. But overall, I don't see... Like, maybe we'll see more armored Skavens, but I don't know. I don't play Skavens. You'll probably have to go to Human Boy for any expertise. And yeah, I don't think they gave any attention to the lore of stealth either. It's a hidden lore, so they probably forgot about it, just like the lore of stealth is supposed to be. So yeah, Skavens got some... Oh, Warp Lightning Cannon got a price decrease, but yeah. The fact that Poison Wind Globadiers are less viable makes them... puts them in a bit of a rough spot. Warp Cannons got minus 50, yep. But yeah, next up, Slanesh. Slanesh got nothing, so we can skip other than the Chaos Knights changes. Tomb Kings. I don't think I saw anything about them. Oh wait, Lich Priests have Lore of Shadows that we can't use. Yep, that's right. But yeah, other than that, we don't. Unable to recruit with unit caps enabled. Why? And Shadows would be fine in multiplayer. But yeah, otherwise no change. It's just a disappointing. It's disappointing. Alright, I forgot to cover... I forgot to cover Kislev and their mobile artillery now. If you've seen Dav's video, Ostankia is actually pretty good for the artillery, and like the spells are okay, but I'd probably go for a Hack Witch, honestly, with the Lore of Shadows on them and Lore of Death. This gives Kislev a lot more viability on like casters, because we actually have some good lores. Lore of Death is good. They can have death and healing at the same time, which can be quite strong, I do think. You're draining somebody's health and like healing your own at the same time. Kind of screw over the balance of power on both ends. And to give yourself a massive advantage. The active ability minus missile resistance, add missile block chance and armor. Makes it pretty good for a skirmishing play, I guess. You just dump her into like a melee fight and watch everything get shot up by missiles, I suppose. But the fact that we have Beast, Death, and Shadows makes this really nice for Kislev. Three very... like, Beast is an okay lore of magic, but Death and Shadows, in my opinion, is very strong. I personally really like Shadows. I don't even bring other lores when I was playing Empire. So yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, anyways, back to the talk. Now, Teens got a ton of new toys. Probably benefited the most from the DLC. And unfortunately though, the best units are paywalled. So we have the Dangors, a very solid infantry line, a mid-tier infantry that Tinge kind of lacks. I mean, there are the Chaos Warriors, but they kind of are a slow unit. I mean, it's not okay. There's not. Yeah, they're kind of slow. While the Tangors have 36 speed, can do some pretty good maneuvers while still being a solid infantry overall with their like 40 attack when combined with primal charge. So yeah, overall they're pretty strong with the infantry now, and adding on top single entity monsters. Me and Human Boy both tried out the Mutalith Vortex Beast. Both of them, like, the funny thing about them is that they don't have a demonic status. They are actually a mortal unit that can be routed. So that's probably your best bet in defeating them, because they are also benefiting from Kairos regrowth. So yeah, 10k HP, getting regrowth. You probably have like around 17k HP. It's kind of BS. Especially this Mutilith Vortex Beast also have that Mortis Engine effect. Not only one, but two. The Tides of Transformation disorient surrounding units as well. So that minus defense and attack debuff can be very strong in a block fight, just making melee troops less effective, buying more time for those Mortis Engine effect to drain everything away. So yeah. On top of that, this Tide thing lasts for 32 seconds, draining... Wait, what? Oh wait, what? Why is there two duration here? I guess the duration for one is the damage per second one, and then the duration for 32 seconds. I have no freaking idea what that means. Oh wait, no, the 4 second is the cast time. The 32 second is the damage drain. But yeah, the Mutilith Vortex Beast has 2 direct damage effects. That's probably the better option if you really want to kill infantry. We tried the Ace on the Fallen and the special ability on this thing. Ace on the Fallen. The Maelstrom of Change is kind of crap. It doesn't do that much damage. So yeah, don't use that. For the rest of the army there, I've never tried Cockatrice. I haven't tried a Cockatrice yet, so I might have to try it out tomorrow against Human Boy yes. But other than that, A-Code Hellbrask is an expensive character. It's like Sigvald, but less tanky. But overall, I do think that like Kairos plus the Mutilith Vortex Beast can be a very strong combo now. And Changeling probably won't see him much. The best, as you have heard from other streamers as well, the best targets he can change into are, well, basically just Kugath and Be'lakor. Those are 2 expensive lords. Because you can't copy the loadout. You can't copy character and mount loadouts for the characters. Which kind of makes sense. You can copy the person. You can't copy what he brings. So yeah, like you can copy their knowledge, their mind, their physique, but you can't just like create some metal out of nowhere with like arcane powers and shit, right? So yeah, that makes sense that they can't bring an item. But yeah, Tinge is so hot right now, I do agree. But yeah, Tinge is too strong. Like, they have been strong before, now they are even stronger, and I don't know whether, like everything propelled them all the way into a higher spot on the meta. Like, giving them access to various forms of healing, and their regular units, their units are all very strong. I mean, I haven't really tried out Shrieking Skyrays or the Cockatrice or the Sour Guts, but overall, it's just the Mutilith Vortex Beast, and the Changeling can be a pretty... and the Dangors are already very strong for Tinge. I am interested to see how the Changeling fare in multiplayer, but We shall see. Oh, also Blue Scribes, super fun character to play with. Like, they got completely random spell cast. They have spell mastery increase if you cast spells and all, but the most important thing is that their spell wheels are completely random. Every time you cast a spell, the entire spell wheel resets. We got a pretty fun replay that I saved up. Well, I didn't really save the replay, but yeah. Anyways, the gist is basically that. So I'll be showcasing it on the channel soon. So yeah, look forward to it. Like, I do think that this is my favorite addition to the entire team roster. And I'll probably troll around with it in multiplayer all the time. I'll probably lose a lot with him, but hey, who cares? What does the new Screamer RR even do? I don't entirely sure. It says they have an explosive ability, but I never see it in action. But I do believe that Wild Platy will probably be showcasing it in like an hour and 45 minutes. His stream starts by that, I think. So you can probably go there and check it out if you want. But yeah, I'd rather not step on another content creator's toes, and because like I'm going through buffs and changes, and like if I showcase a replay, like showcase some other content that overlaps with another content creator, it feels like I feel guilty for doing something close to like maliciously stealing views and shit by copying their content. But yeah, overall I'm just gonna do this and be done. Now, for the vampirates, I think Bloated Corpse still cost the same, but from what I remember, Mongols got a minor cost reduction. Now costs 950. But other than that, I don't see a lot of. Oh wait, no. I heard that handguns damage and reloading time and deck gunners, like handguns damage and reloading time might have been buffed, while deck gunners receive a bit more HP. Not sure about that. You might have to compare it with the life patch, but it would be great if that was true. But yeah, we shall see later in the live patch, and then we can compare it with the old patch and whatnot. But overall, Vampire Code still plays the same. Nothing much is changed. Vampire count, I don't see anything significant change for them. They are pretty much still the same, I believe. I do believe. Right. Yeah, I do believe they're pretty much still the same. So we can pretty much skip that. Yeah, it's the same. Like, Black Coach is still kind of shit, I suppose. I still haven't tried them, but I'm not going to try them. But yeah, other than that, now we're on to the Warriors of Chaos, which got a few new toys. Not a lot, but a few new toys. A called Hellbrass. They get another Sigvolt. So Sigvolt plus Sigvolt, I don't see anything. Like, I don't see how that is a great thing about it. Severed Claw, nope. Okay, Zangors are there as well. It's funny how most of the strong units of the Warriors of Chaos are, well, Zinj. Before this whole change, before the update, we have Weird Spawn, Knights of Immolation, and the Severed Claw being pretty good units. Now we are just kind of like, okay, we just have more Zinj stuff. Like Cockatrice, still have yet to discover their use. I still have to figure out what the hell do they actually do. But before that, I'll probably put more focus on the Mutilative Vortex Beast, because that model, that unit model is absolutely amazing. I love that majestic abomination type of feel they're conveying with the unit. Like, as much as CA disappoints us, I do think that their whole aesthetic, their art team for their unit models is always on point. As long as they have the resources and the effort to put in the work. Like, yeah, but yeah, overall, not looking forward to Mutalith and Azen the Fallen plus the Festus Leech Lord. So yeah, that is gonna be a huge blobby fight. But yeah, overall, Warriors of Chaos got some new toys and might actually play differently now with the Mutalith Vortex Beast and the and the Dangors. Because like Mutative Vortex Beasts also have this gift of mutation, adding extra melee attack. And if you stack those with like Fight or Die from some of these Chaos Lords, this can make them a WoW army. But yeah, we shall see how people play this faction. Necrophist Colossus got a price reduction. And handguns has a +4 damage. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. Necrophist Colossus is cheaper and handguns got a +4 damage. Perhaps that's from their reload speed. Like sometimes that missile strength can have more damage just because they reload faster, but overall the damage might just be the same because they have the same amount of ammo and same missile damage. But yeah, okay. It seems like a fair change, honestly. Like the zombie guns are not doing enough damage in general. And anyways, we are down to the last faction, the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves, we have the cheaper Glade Riders, which will be bringing us another skirmishing meta where we finally we have Wood Elf skirmishing meta. But Sisters of the Fallen having extra unit models, more HP as well, making them more tanky with their 40% of physical resistance and also decent melee stats at 34, 33. They don't have much armor, but they might just be another pretty strong like skirmish force for hit and run tactics, especially that they have Curse of Onryer to lower enemy melee stats and speed. It's only one cast though, so I can't tell how much is gonna help them, but overall they are gonna be a pretty decent unit. And yeah, it's gonna be like a Wood Elf skirmish meta. Now, a quick showcase of the Celestial General, and then we can just go, and then I'll probably call this a day. Like, I don't want to showcase too many. Okay, let me just. Yeah, I don't want to showcase too many. No. I don't want to showcase too many DLC units because I'll probably be stepping on Wild Platy's toes. Prefer not to do that. So I won't be showcasing the other stuff. Yeah, just increase to missile damage. 14 seconds is unchanged. Okay. So they're just buffing handguns now. But yeah, this is gonna be our last showcase for the day. I mean, our only showcase for the day. Let's just get us some chosen and get a Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Get them onto battlefield. Let's go Glacier Lake. See what happens with that Celestial Sweep ability. It's basically like a hammer time, like our Hammerman, Harry Hammerstorm. But yeah, after this we'll probably sum up the whole patch a bit, and then we can, and then we'll just call it a day. Wild Riders got cheaper. Yeah, they definitely got cheaper by 50. I forgot to like cover that. Is Felix and Gorgon both still 0.2% healing? I don't think they nerfed any healing. That gun has 4 HP, 400 more HP. Yep. Oh, it is. They do have more HP. Sounds good. Weapon strength of 380 seems low for a Dragon Blooded Lord with both two. No, Celestial General is not a Dragon Blooded Lord. He is a regular human. He is a regular human. He is not. He is like, you basically treat him as like a Celestial Guard leader kind of thing. Like in Chinese, if I remember correctly, it's called Jiao Wei. Anyways, it's just a rank in the Chinese dynastic military system. Like, it's not actually a leader of any kind. It's like, okay, they're just like Celestial Guards, Celestial Dragon Guards, but or like higher rank, something like that, I think. Are they actually Celestial Guards? It doesn't say anything about the lore, but yeah, like, it doesn't, like, it's just a rank in the Cathay military system, making them like regular mortal humans, instead of the Dragon Blooded Lord. They don't have Dragon Blood. So yeah, Like, it makes sense why they have like weak melee stats. Like, they don't really have that much. I don't see them having much use, not even in a melee rush. Like, he doesn't add anything to a melee rush. Like, he has he only has this plus 40 melee defense and plus 20% physical resistance. Again, it's not like Cathay lacks any melee defense anyways. Like, but the only thing notable about him is this, the Celestial Sweep. I'll see if I can like showcase this a bit. Okay, we're in. So the guy is surrounded and then has a bit of hammer time, and then just boom, doing some damage. Doing good damage though. Okay, let's just fast forward here for 2 minutes. And see how much damage it does in one hit. But overall, he doesn't have amazing stats. Like, you can see he got dragged down a bit, but yeah. Like, he's a good enough combatant, but like, I wouldn't say he can hold a line or anything. Like, 80 armor, not the greatest. Okay, he needs a bit of pick me up just to hold himself up, so that we can like wait a bit and start another Celestial Sweep. It's actually pretty good damage. 120 fully armor piercing damage is pretty good. But yeah, I don't expect to see him a lot in multiplayer. And yeah, that's basically all the showcases for today. Let's just sum up this whole patch. For land battles, this patch really changes very, very little. I don't see a lot of changes to the meta other than new units. Mostly everything has been kept the same other than some unfortunate nerfs for Kislev and some very reasonable nerfs for Bretonnia and the Ogre Kingdoms. I heard that there's also quite a few changes to domination with capture weight adjustments and whatnot, but land battles receive pretty much nothing that can shuffle the meta outside of the DLC stuff, which kind of makes me disappointed to the patch. Like, I would love to see some healing nerfs, but maybe if there are more executioner traits in the land battle roster, then we can probably deal with the healing spams. But right now, as of right now, it's still probably gonna be a similar meta, especially that Tinge can bring single entity healing blobs now. So not looking forward to that. Bretonnians got fixed, but probably because it affected domination. And we have no nerfs to harmony, no nerfs to healing, no nerfs to direct damage spells, well, no changes to direct damage spells. Well, yeah, they do have the Malkov's magic changes, but most interactions of the game will stay the same. Blobbing and boxes are probably still going to be a problem, and feels like we might have to deal with a similar meta between the non-DLC factions until the next patch, which I really hope something can be done with the healing at least. So, and yeah, that's basically sums up the game. But yeah, I hope you find this stream useful. Let's see what, like, this is still only in patch 4.1, and there can still be changes in the patch. I don't know what is gonna happen. Like, feels like CA's like behind the scenes is a mess right now with all the controversies going on, so can't really say anything for sure, but I do feel like the campaign is pretty fun to play with. I was trying out the Yuan Bo's campaign, and it's pretty neat. Like, I do like the, like, I don't know, I haven't been playing campaign for months now, but the first time I'm picking up in months, I enjoy using the Cathay roster by setting a bit of a challenge to myself. I will do a stream later this week with that challenge, yeah. And yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, overall, the game is still fun, I would say. The execution mechanic can be interesting. It's just that it can be better. It can be better. And I hope that there might be more changes in the future. Yeah, like it's the balance changes is still pretty good, and yeah, like I feel like there are some good changes to the meta, but yeah, other than that, like But yeah, that's it for today's battle. I hope you all find this useful, and I'll see you all in the next one. Tactical Lich signing out.